Okay, you are live.
Hi, everyone. Oh, wow, my voice cracked. I'm so excited to be for week 3 of Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And I'm going to talk to you tonight about selling with confidence. Because Mary Kay Ash always said, and I'm sure you've heard it every single week of this training, that nothing happens until somebody sells something. Oh my goodness, my volume's on my phone, on my computer. Hold on. There we go. So, as a new consultant, I remember a lot of emotions going through my head, even as I was kind of getting my business going. I was always worried at the beginning about being pushy, and I didn't really consider myself the sales type. So I have a little bit of a thought process that can help you keep yourself from thinking you're pushy. So I know it's really common that we think that we don't want to be pushy. And first of all, if you don't want to be pushy, you're never going to be pushy. But think of who you would describe as maybe a pushy salesperson. Maybe it's the people in the mall with the hand treatments or the skincare packets or the curling wands or the straightening wands that try to attack you in the hall. I don't know. I have curly hair. So people with straightening wands are always like, let me do your hair. Let me do your hair. Or maybe it's car salesmen who really lay it on when you're looking for a new car. So think about who you think of as a pushy salesperson and think of the qualities that they exhibit that you don't want. Some of the things that I think about for a pushy salesperson is someone who's aggressive or relentless, forceful, maybe even not a good listener, someone who's not hearing what I'm saying. Are you any of those things? Probably not. So, why are you so worried about being pushy if you don't have any of the traits that you see in pushy salespeople? That's something that I try to remind myself. So, ask yourself if you're in a situation where you feel like you might be being pushy, ask yourself if you have any of those qualities that you just thought about when I asked you who's a pushy salesperson. And ask yourself if there's something that you need to adjust or tweak a little bit so that you're not leaning towards pushy and you're leaning towards professional. So when you're so concerned, like I said, about being pushy, you're probably not being pushy. And the error for most of us in Mary Kay, because we don't want to be pushy, is that we tend not to give even the amount of customer service we can. Maybe we don't even close the sale. And Mary Kay also used to say you have to ask to get. So if you're just doing a beauty experience and not even telling anyone about how they can get the products, then that would be the opposite end of the spectrum and also somewhere where we don't want to be. So I'm going to give you a few different tips. First, on how to be outstanding at Mary Kay and as a consultant, and then second on how to master selling and confidence. So everything begins with a sale. One of the other things, one of the Mary Kay Ash's other quotes that I used to really find comfort in at the beginning of my business is that it is just as honorable to sell as it is to buy. Now, when I was reaching out to friends and family and friends who went to Notre Dame with me for college, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I am like schlepping skincare and makeup. Well, first of all, we are a top 5 beauty brand in the world. Okay. So we have amazingness to offer them. But also, if they're going to buy something, why wouldn't they want to support you, someone they already know? You, a small business owner, maybe a working mama, maybe just a woman business owner. Um, and a representative of a company with exquisite customer service, social responsibility, and just the way that we give back to the community in both the green initiatives and the pink initiatives, right? Pink doing green and pink changing lives. So I just love what Mary Kay has to offer. And I love that quote. It helped me a ton when I was getting started, that it is just as honorable to sell as it is to buy. And if they want to buy, they're going to buy from you, right? Why not? They love you. Okay, so everything begins with a sale. And we have over 300 products, you guys. Okay, so to be outstanding at Mary Kay, I have 3 tips for how to be outstanding as a consultant in Mary Kay. One is number one, this is the most important, be your number one customer. Okay, people are going to buy products based on your testimony, and you personally using Mary Kay speaks volumes. I can't even tell you in the last 3 months how many people at beauty experiences have asked me what I have on my face. They'll be like, well, what are you wearing? Is it Mary Kay? Yeah. I always say everything that we possibly make that we have a product for, I use. Not only is Mary Kay a prestige brand where we have exquisite products. I use the word exquisite a lot, but we have exquisite products that are top of the line, and I get everything half off as a consultant. and get to write part of it off of my taxes. I mean, of course I'm going to use it all. I don't know if you caught it before, but now you know I'm super smart, right? So if you are thinking of stuff in your bathroom that might not be Mary Kay, go to your bathroom, clean it out. It is of value for you to take products from your orders for you to use so that you can share with people how it feels, how you love it, how it smells, how it makes your skin look and feel. You guys, I have been right before a seminar, I charcoal mask 3 times a week. I always say that I do it 2 to 3 times a week, but I probably do it 1 to 2, right? So I did it 3 times and microderm the opposite days and biocellulose mask. When I got on the airplane, it didn't even matter that I only slept for 2 hours because my skin was so tight. Okay, so you can tell people how tight and tiny your pores look when you use the charcoal mask 3 times a week and when you use the pore minimizer right after it or every time you wash your face. And you get to know that by doing it. And they can hear and feel your sincerity and how genuine you are when you do it. So number 1 is be your number 1 customer. I love that I'm my number 1 customer. Our products are great. Number 2, study our product line. Now, when I first started, I printed the info sheets. I do not recommend this, by the way. I printed the info sheets, the product info sheets from Product Central on every single product that we have, put them in a binder, and never opened it again. Okay. So there are tons of better resources now. There is Skincare Confident, Make Color Confident. You can even do Legal Confident, but that's not what I'm talking about here. But knowing the products. And if you can immerse yourself in the Skincare Confident and the Color Confident training classes and show up at your weekly trainings or watch your Facebook Lives that your directors are doing, you're going to learn everything you need to know about the products. And you can also read those product info sheets. I'm going to read to you something from Product Central that I've been throwing in at Beauty Experiences. And it is so awesome because everybody already loves Ultimate Mascara, but listen to this. Ultimate Mascara features a smart wiper technology to deliver the exact amount of mascara needed for the brush. It provides maximum plumping without the clumping, giving you the look of big, bold, beautiful, separated lashes all day. And it comes in black and black brown. It's only $15. And you notice if I'm saying like the price like that, I don't usually say that during a beauty experience, but if someone asks, I would say, yeah, it's only $15. I don't say dollars because that brings their mind back to money. If I say it's just 15, oh, it's just 15. What's that? I have 15. Okay. But wasn't that so fun? When I say that about Ultimate Mascara, now before I used to say, this is my favorite mascara. It's the volumizing mascara and it's the reason we're friends because I went to Mary Kay because of Ultimate Mascara. But you guys, when I talk about the smart wiper technology, Mary Kay sounds so smart and it's true. That is right from the product info sheet. So, the other thing you can do to know the products is really just when there's a new lookbook, get it and read it page by page, read the whole thing. Or you can do it on the electronic version too. And number 3, this is really, really great to be outstanding at Mary Kay. Number 3 is build a personal relationship with your customers. Now, when people like you, they trust you. And in Mary Kay, this is a relationship business. Selling is just finding a need and filling it. And asking what they would want or need or want to change about their skin is a process of getting to know your customers so that you can service them with products that might help them fill a need and make them feel more confident about themselves. So when you're truly listening, it will help you build a relationship. Respond to their best interests. So if there's a product that you have that maybe won't benefit them. Okay, there's how you say that sentence. Then I probably wouldn't recommend it. Like if someone wants to buy, I don't even have a good example of this. If someone wants to buy Clear Proof Set because she breaks out once a month around her period, I would say, hormonal breakouts can be controlled with acne treatment products. The Clear Proof line probably isn't the best for you. I would recommend something like this. And I would recommend maybe doing the TimeWise 3D because she's in the age group where anti-aging is important. And maybe adding in the blemish control toner or the charcoal mask occasionally just to help control those occasional breakouts because she doesn't need something as powerful as the Clear Proof. So there you go. There's a good example. And what I think is also really important is to give your customers that personalized boutique-y feel, but with Amazon Prime delivery. You guys, we can go online and order things and get it the next day. So having inventory on your shelf and being able to deliver it or let them stop by and pick it up or drop it in the mail and it gets to them the next day is super simple and super fun and super something that I would want out of my customers. I am a woman who wants instant gratification. And so anything that I could even go to Target and get, if I can get on Amazon and they'll bring it to my house tomorrow, I'll do that more than going to the store. So be that Amazon Prime delivery with the really customized customer service. Mary Kay, in my early Mary Kay parties, I think about how poorly I presented the products. But one of the other things about the customer experience is how you make them feel. So I barely knew anything. We didn't have a flip chart when I first started. And my first party, I literally read from the back of the bottles, which just tells you how to use it, not what it does. Okay. So I was like 3-in-1 cleanser. It does 3 things at once. Wet your face, cleanse, and rinse. Because it's like says that on the back. You guys, it was so funny. I was not the best at product knowledge that day, but I sold over $300 because I was excited and they had fun. So a lot of this business is how you make people feel and how you listen to them and meet their needs. And so I encourage you that you don't have to know everything, even though I said to study the products. You don't have to know everything. You just have to love people and be kind and be fun, and they'll love it. And then, are you going the extra mile? Mary Kay Ash called it the and then some. What can you do to uniquely stand out in the minds of your customers and provide top-notch service? It is 5 times more expensive to find new customers than to just keep an existing one. So golden rule service is something we talk a lot about in Mary Kay. Can your customers count on you to be following up with them? It's not about getting another sale. It's about providing good customer service. And so after closing a sale with a customer, I usually tell them, you book the next appointment, and I just say your satisfaction is really important to me. So I'm definitely going to do the checkup from the neck up next time we get together. But I also always follow up 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months after you make a purchase, just to make sure you're happy with everything. So what's easiest for me to do that? Would you prefer text, email, messenger, or a phone call? And I asked her how she wants to be contacted. Even though the profile card asked their preferred method of contact, that was before they fell in love with me during the beauty experience. So I'm going to ask again at the end after she makes her purchase, and then make note of that in my file. So when I touch base with her, the reminders on my calendar are going to say how she likes to be contacted. And so follow up is actually very professional. A lot of Mary Kay consultants, I think, wrongly think that we're just calling people to get new orders. And we're not. We're calling to make sure that they're opening the product, that they're using the product correctly, that they don't have any questions about it. If they do need more, that we're filling that need, and that we're building this and taking our business seriously. If you have a bunch of people that you haven't followed up with, it's not too late, okay? I did not necessarily do this at the beginning of my business. So I'm here to tell you that you can still fix it. Go through who you facialed or who came to beauty experiences and pick out who you like the best. Bring it down to a manageable number that you feel comfortable contacting. And I would totally reach out to them. I would call them or text them, and I would be like, hey, blast from the past. It's your long lost Mary Kay girl. I am so sorry that I dropped the ball in following up with you. I usually like to check in more regularly, but I'm reaching out to all my favorites to see how everything's going and to invite you to try our new foundations. I mean, I think that would be great. And that can go a long way to heal that relationship, even though it might not be broken, but she might not have been thinking of you if you hadn't checked in. And if you don't check in, I actually one time had a customer and she was in my email. This was before I asked how they wanted contacted. So she was in my email follow-up for 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months. And I just assumed that works and that people get their emails, and a lot of people don't respond. And I never reached out to her any other way. And a couple months after she had ordered, I actually called to check in with her, and she said, this is the first time I've heard from you since I spent a lot of money with you, and I want you to delete me from all of your systems. And I couldn't repair the relationship. She was like not interested in it at all. So I think it's really important to make sure that if you think your emails are catching everyone, that you have a follow-up method, or that you touch base with them, or ask them like I do now after that nice lesson. Ask them so that you know how they like to be contacted, because my emails might have been going to some spam filter and she never got them, but it didn't matter that I sent them. What mattered was that she never received them. And so it's really, really important to make sure that you're connecting with your customers and protecting that relationship and keeping it going for the future. Okay. So those are my 3 tips on just being excellent around the board in Mary Kay, using all the products, having great product knowledge, and loving people, loving on your customers, and keeping that relationship really, really safe. Okay, so now 8 tips to grow your sales. Actually it's 7 tips to grow your sales, but number 7 is so big it has 2 parts. So 7 tips to grow your sales. A lot of people start Mary Kay, like 80% of people who start Mary Kay started to make extra money. And 50% profit is a fantastic sales margin, even if you don't want a team build. And it's great for a side hustle. It's amazing for a full-time opportunity. Like this across the board is just an amazing compensation package and plan that we have. So it's really important to know how much money you want to make. So number one is set a sales goal for how much you want to profit each month in Mary Kay. Okay. Because if you set a goal, you can actually track to it, and a track number grows. If you don't set a goal, you might just be happy with what you get or unhappy with what you get, right? Okay, so number one is set a sales goal for how much profit you want to make. Now, in Mary Kay, we talk about 50% profit, but I like to teach about the 60-40 split. So 60% is going back into your business, 40% is your actual profit. And so we're going to talk about that right now because that's how I worked out this example. So take the number that you wrote down. Pick a number that you want to make in a month. Let's say you want to profit $1,000 in August. Okay, so we're going to set that up since there's one day left in July. We're going to plan for August. So you want to profit $1,000 in August. So you're going to take that number, divide it by 0.4. Okay, that's 40%. And it gives you the sales goal for the month. So to profit $1,000, you need to sell 2,500 retail. Okay, now I look at that and I break it down by week because, as Mary Kay said, you eat an elephant one bite at a time. So if you break it down by week, $2,500 in sales is $625 a week, which, side note, I'm going to be a star because $300 a week is star. Yay. Okay. So $625 a week in sales will get me to $2,500 in sales to $1,000 profit from my 40% profit. Now, you can figure out how that breaks down. So I'm going to use an example that I hold 3 parties a week. So if my sales goal is $625 a week and I hold 3 parties a week, I want to have about $208 in retail sales at each of my 3 parties. Now that is a silly number, right? Like you can have $200 in sales at your parties. If you're not having $200 in sales at your parties, there's a few different things to look at. I would look at how many faces are at my parties. And I think it actually is a higher average. I think it should be about 300, but how many faces are there? How many people are going? If you from the past don't know your sales, your party average, maybe you know your per face average, so you can figure out how many faces you need to see in a week to get to your 625, assuming that was your goal. So if I had to do $208 in sales each time for 3 parties a week, then that's what I know my goal is. So the whole idea is to know what you want to profit and then to break it down into what it might be per week in faces or parties so that you know how to strategically set up your month. And I would say, if you're going to create that from holding parties, my favorite way to do it is holding parties, right? The reorders every month that I get are like icing on the cake. And I have a lot of great icing. I love icing. It's delicious. And it's also really delicious in my business because I don't count on that for my profit goals. Okay. My reorders are like bonus income during the month. So I am focusing on parties to create the cash that I need to make to pay the bills that I have or the expenses that I want or to save. So setting a sales goal and breaking it down makes it more achievable. But what does it give you access to? Maybe it helps you go get your nails done or get Starbucks once a week or maybe Starbucks every day. Does it help you save for a vacation? What does it do for you and your family if you have a family? Does it pay for braces or a summer camp or new furniture? If you do have a goal that what it relates to, I would put a picture of what it creates for you or for your family and have it up where you and they can see it. Maybe even a thermometer to track it. You guys, we just had a sales or a goal to raise money for a carpet at our studio. So we had a thermometer there as we were reaching it. And it was so fun to kind of watch it go up, watch it get hotter. Okay, so that's number 1, set a sales goal. Number 2, oh, this is my favorite tip in the world. Number 2, this is so important. Write it down. It's really simple. Overbook, okay? Overbook. Do not give me any excuses why you do not overbook. You need to overbook. Triple book your times. Double book your times. Do not worry about who's going to cover it when they all hold. The science in Mary Kay, our number shows that half of what you book, even with amazing coaching, will reschedule. Half. Oh my gosh, we're like the dentist office. So number 2, overbook. Most important tip of the day. When you understand and overbook with intention, it removes the emotion when someone cancels. Because when I know going into a weekend, I have 8 parties booked and probably only 4 are going to hold, when people are canceling, I am not disappointed because I still have. Someone cancels, I still have 7 more booked. Someone else cancels, I don't care. I still have 6 more booked. You know, overbooking is like the way to keep your emotions straight, your mind focused, and your goals moving forward. Because when you have enough bookings and you have enough for the same time, you get to work your business in the time that you set aside to work your business, and you get to have parties. You guys, honestly, I double and triple book every single appointment, and I will book one at our studio and one at somebody's house. And if they both hold, great, I get to bless somebody else. And if you don't know anyone else who does Mary Kay anywhere remotely close to you, double book anyway. I tell you, it will work. Okay. And then if you don't know who to give your parties to, if they both are holding and it's 1 hour before, call your director and she'll help you. Okay. So number 2 was overbook. Did you catch it? Write it down twice, underline it, circle it, highlight it. Overbook. Number 3, have 5 ways that you're generating leads at all time. Okay, I have a little rhyme for this to help you remember how many you're supposed to have. And I got this from National Sales Director Kristen Sharp. It's 5 and I'm alive. Okay, say it with me. I can't tell if you're saying it, but I want you to say it. 5 and I'm alive. See, I said it louder so you can say it with me. Okay, this is critical to success. I didn't have friends and family when I started my business in Boston. I didn't know anyone except for my husband who moved with me to Denver. So I'm getting a little uncomfortable with my cross-legged sitting. I'm on a couch in my basement. Okay, hiding from my family. You got to do what you got to do in Mary Kay. So anyway, I didn't have friends and family to share the products with in the city I was living in or when I moved. And so lead generation was key for me. It wasn't comfortable though. Most of success in my business has not been comfortable when I started it. And I will tell you that getting comfortable with being uncomfortable was a common trend that I heard at seminar. And I think that that's something that really contributes to success in this business, is knowing that the business is mathematical. You need to work the numbers, and that it might not always be comfortable, but that growth is part of becoming. And it's who you are already coming into it, right? But we get to blossom into even more beautiful versions of ourselves, and trusting that growth is part of it. And part of it is being comfortable trying different things. And for me, I used to wear black. I tell this story sometimes when I'm talking about Mary Kay, but I used to wear black all the time because I was sweaty everywhere. I sweat like on the palms of my hands and on the bottoms of my feet, and like in places you didn't know you had sweat glands. I was like a sweaty, nervous mess. And I did it anyway though. And today I get to have the life that, well, I still want even more, but I get to have an incredible life that wouldn't have been possible if I hadn't pursued Mary Kay and gotten a little uncomfortable. And so lead generation might not be comfortable, but lead generation is important. So take a minute and think about, how do you currently generate leads? Do you have 5 ways already? And if you don't, I'm going to share some of the ways that I do it. The first thing that I do, that I have a ton of, is facial boxes. So I brought one down here. I have boxes like this and this is available in our files, but these are just boxes from the Dollar Tree that were already decorated, and they're gift boxes, and they had a bow on the front. We cut them and glued them on top, cut a hole in the top, glued paper on the back, and put the slips in there, and I stick a pen in the hole. Some people do a string to tie the pen on. I haven't had many issues with pens running away lately, but in Boston I had them secured to the box. Anyway, so when I first started Mary Kay, I lived in Boston. That's why I keep mentioning it. But I was so nervous that I wouldn't even put facial boxes out. One of my friends in Mary Kay, who I met through Mary Kay, had a health issue and couldn't check her facial boxes. So I was thrust into the facial box world. Sweaty Carla, thrown into the facial box world. She said, would you be willing to check my facial boxes? You can keep all the leads. I was like, the Lord is blessing me. And I don't sing very much, but I was just like, this is an incredible blessing. Are you sure? And she said, yes. And I really do think God had his hand on me for that, because I was too afraid to even go ask to put them out or to check the boxes. You guys, I don't know if you've put out a facial box, but normally once they say yes and you put it there, like, it's not that nerve-wracking to go back and check it. I would be sitting in my car talking myself into going to check the facial boxes. So it's important to know that it's okay to be uncomfortable. Do it anyway. And now I go in. I think everyone who I ask, I don't even listen if they say yes or no. I just leave the box there. So it's totally a growth process. But I love facial boxes. They helped me get my business started when I was a new consultant, growing to a red jacket, going into DIQ, and through DIQ, facial boxes was one of my methods of leads that whole time, and it still is today. I love facial boxes. And I put them at anywhere that people go. So I have them in dry cleaners, nail salons, restaurants. I have them in the bathroom at restaurants, some of the checkout counters. I have them in fast casual places on the counter. I have them in coffee shops, locally owned coffee shops. I have them in dance studios and dentist office, my dentist office, dentists that aren't mine, chiropractic offices. I mean, I will ask anywhere. I even asked the post office. They say no, so I'll save you some time. I think all of them will say no. And UPS, they also say no, but I don't know if all of them will say no. I think probably it's like a corporate thing, but smaller home businesses are better. But when I was getting really bold with my facial boxes, I decided you have to ask to get. So I'm going to ask everywhere. Okay, but government agencies probably won't say yes. Another great way is warm chatting. And I often do scavenger hunting or honoring working women, but I had another idea recently shared with me. Just when you're out and about having gift bags, if you have little goodie bags with a sample and like your card in it, and gave out 5 a day, you could get 35 new leads in a week and 140 new leads in a month. But when you're running errands or at sporting events or on lunch break, if you handed one out or just chatted with people. So here's actually, I love the example. It was just like striking up conversation with people. You don't even have to be talking about Mary Kay, right? Because you are a person who people love and you're magnetic and people love to be around you. So if people already start talking to you places, then at the end of the conversation, I would just be like, Kim, I really enjoyed meeting you and chatting with you today. I am a Mary Kay consultant. I would love to pamper you with a free beauty experience. I do events in Denver at my studio, and I would love to have you as a guest sometime. You were just so fun. Give me your number, and I'll call you to coordinate. Okay? Did you hear me say, can I have your number? No, I just said, give me your number, and I'll call you to coordinate or message you to coordinate. And I get my phone out, and I wait for her. People don't think. They just give you their phone number, and they just liked you, so they give you your phone number. So that's a really good way, and then you can give them a goodie bag if you want to. Another great way is bookings from your bookings. I'm not talking about the scavenger hunting and stuff because lead gen training we can do, but bookings from your bookings. Okay, guys, I have a story about this. One of my girlfriends had a baby, her third baby. Another one of my girlfriends from college messaged a group of us and said, hey, Molly just had her baby. I think for her gift for us, we should get these workout pants. They're on sale at Athleta, and I love them. Okay, I responded. I'm like, yeah, let's get them for her. I then clicked the link and bought myself 2 pairs of pants from Athleta where I don't shop. I don't know if the size is right. And I've never tried these pants on. And I bought them because my friend told me they were great. Okay. So that is the value of a booking at a booking. When you book the customer who's there for her next appointment, she's going to tell her friends, hey, come buy these pants. Right. And her friends are going to be like me and be like, oh my gosh, I love pants. And they're going to come. Okay. So bookings from a bookings takes so much less effort than calling referrals and texting referrals and following up with referrals because their friend is vouching for you. Okay. So I did this weekend. I was meeting with, I was helping one of the consultants close, and every single one of her guests booked a party. And not one of them said, these are all of my friends. You guys, I hear that one girl said it, and I said, oh my gosh, well, if you just bring these girls, you don't get our hostess rewards. But if you bring 3 new friends from work or school or your family, you get our hostess rewards where you get at least 30 free just for having 3 friends who are over 18 and don't have a consultant. And every single one of her 5 guests booked a party. You guys, it's just about the words and assuming the booking, talking about the booking during your experience and knowing that they're going to buy the pants if their friend invites them to buy the pants. Okay. So invite them. Okay. And then another way to engage your current customers is book test panels for the new foundation. The Luminous just launched. If they tried them out already, have them come back and try the Luminous and give you feedback on which one's better. Or you could have friends in your circle of influence who maybe don't use Mary Kay or maybe haven't tried the new foundation, come and do it. And you can specifically ask people that you know or your customers to bring people that you don't know. Say, I need to get the opinions of some people who don't already use Mary Kay. Can you bring a few friends with you? This will produce even more leads. I also love restaurant events and gym events and bridal fairs and home shows. So anything that speaks to your heart and gets you excited, go do. Get out of your house. And one of the other things, what I love to say about facial boxes when people are like, I have 10 made, I just need to get them out. Okay, well, are they getting leads at your house? No. Are they getting leads in your car? No. Okay, so get a little uncomfortable and get them into a place where they will get you leads. Okay, I'm going to set this down so I don't keep shaking it. Tip number 4 is invest. If you're not sure what to wear often, which I think is something that I hear a lot. Sorry, my clock. Oh, I have another clock. If you don't know what to wear, get a beauty coat. It projects professionalism. And I just looked at the time, so I'm going to move a little further, faster. Number 5, utilize the flip chart. Mary Kay has created an incredible flip chart. I have used it at my appointments. I don't use it at our big guest events because I haven't really figured out a way, but I think I have a way now, because at my appointments, sometimes I just hook my arm through it and carry it around. The flip chart looks super professional, and not only does it make your job easier, but it makes your job look easier. Now, this is really important because our job in Mary Kay, in addition to selling the product, is to pass it on. When you're using a flip chart and you're just reading about the products that everyone's trying, if they can read, they think they can do Mary Kay, and they can, which is so great. So using the flip chart is professional. It makes your job look easy, and it makes your job easier. You can personalize it with bullet points or like buzzwords, and the key is to practice it, because practice makes permanent. Practice makes permanent. The more you practice it, the better it's going to sound, the more it's going to flow. It can be in front of your cat, or in front of your mirror, or in front of your baby, or in front of your husband. It can be in front of your mom, whoever. It can be yourself practicing, but the more you practice it, the more it's going to flow. It makes it permanent. So you can either hold it on your arm or prop it up at a table, like I was saying. Tip number 6 is use words that work. So I already told you about the Ultimate Mascara. One of the other things that we started saying recently that I love, which was also from NSD Kristen Sharp, is skincare to the bra line, foundation to the jawline. You guys, when I throw it in, people crack up, and then they remember it forever. And I always talk about eye cream as being a push-up bra for the eyes. I got that from Diane when I started Mary Kay, because it lifts and it firms. And Allure magazine names our Time-Wise 3D eye cream the best eye cream in 2018. Come on, it's awesome. Another thing you can really use buzzwords for is the Time-Wise 3D set. You can tell them what the little buzz line about a 3-dimensional approach to skincare. It defends against free radicals, delays the signs of premature skin aging, and delivers visible improvements in just 4 weeks. But in the skincare world, I like to talk about this. So I say in just 4 weeks. And in the skincare world, 4 weeks is like lightning speed. Most things take 12 weeks. So everyone's like, what do you have in your stuff, Mary Kay? And you know what we have? We have 2 innovative anti-aging ingredients. We have vitamin B3, which is the skin brightening superpower. And we have encapsulated resveratrol. Okay, try to say it with me, resveratrol. I literally say that. Now, if you research resveratrol, you'll learn that it reverses the signs of skin aging. It's what plants use to heal themselves. And you guys, it's also found in red wine and dark chocolate. When I say that, people go crazy. Okay. And seriously, this week, some of my girlfriends from college, we have like a group email and text list. And one of them said, you should totally just drink red wine. It has resveratrol. It's really good for you. And I said, oh my gosh, I know. It's in our skincare too. You guys, it's so fun. So I love talking about that and how resveratrol is like a force field to protect your skin. Tip number 7 is master the close. The most important part of your skincare class is the end and compliment time. So make sure you're using compliment time, because when Rachel tells Sarah how good she looks, it means more than when you, the salesperson, tell Sarah how good she looks. Okay. So I go around and I let them sell each other because they believe they're besties over the salesperson, and they do the selling for you. The other key is to have a set sheet flyer of what you're offering as sets, and a starter kit flyer for every single guest. It's important to have one for everybody, and to do a table close, which is where you talk about the products that you tried and you give them options. I like to talk about this. I'm kind of working on this analogy, but that the skincare set is like brushing your teeth, and the charcoal mask and microdermabrasion and makeup are like floss or whitening systems. You're not going to just floss or just use a whitening system without brushing your teeth every day. And so it's important to have skincare every day. Skincare is a necessity. Makeup and supplements are accessories. So I usually talk about that because that sticks in people's mind too. And part of mastering the close is the one-on-one consultation. It has got to be one-on-one, away from everyone. We've all done the table squat or the slide down the row. It's not as effective. It's better for her because money is private. It's better for you because you ask everyone the same questions. And if you do it in front of everyone, are you really going to ask everyone the same questions? No. And if you don't, then are you really doing it the Mary Kay way? No. Okay. So you need to treat your business like a business and do it individually. There are key moments in Mary Kay in life where 20 seconds of insane courage can shift your whole life. It can shift the whole outcome. There are key moments at a party when 20 minutes of courage you'll make a split second decision Will I take her away from the party or the table, or will I not? Will I ask her about the business, or will I not? Will I ask about the second appointment, or will I not? Sometimes we let ourselves off the hook in our minds and we say we'll follow up later. But I talked about this at seminar. We overestimate tomorrow and we underestimate the power of today. Following up with her tomorrow is a lie. It's harder. It requires way more effort to get back into that. Later is more energy. Now is the time. You are here with her. Later, you're not going to be with her. And more often, later is never. So what I tell myself, and literally tell myself when I'm like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. No, that is a lie. I will not underestimate the power of now. I will do it now. Out with it. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Okay. I literally in my head am saying that. If you say that right before you walk up to your group of guests out loud, it might be a little crazy. So say it in your head. When you start to squat down at that table in your head, I want you to be like, no, 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 it's a lie. Do it now. Do not underestimate the power of today. And then you're going to pop up and you're going to say, hey, Susan, let's go over here. And you're going to walk away and she's going to follow you. I literally had a group the other day. I was talking about this very part. And then I walked in and my guests were like new people that I just met. They all go to school. Their kids all go to school with my son. And she was like, we'll just do it together. It's easier. And I was like, it's not easier. It's not the way that I do my business. So you come first. And I just walked away. And you guys, they were like sitting and grumbling with each other. And then one of them just followed me. You know, it's not easy. It's not easier to do in a group. Our business is to do individual consultations to have people feel value and to get to ask all the questions. So I walk away and they go. Okay. So with these 3 tips about how to be awesome in Mary Kay and 7 tips to sell with confidence, are you ready right now? Okay. Ready right now means that you're ready to get what you want in Mary Kay, to put it in motion, to pick up the phone, to invite people, to not overthink it, to do it now, today, because today is the only time that we are promised. It's the only day you have any control over. So set a sales goal, overbook, have 5 sources of leads, get a beauty code if you don't know what to wear, personalize your flip chart and take it with you, use words that work, and master the close. John Maxwell says, we judge other people by their actions and we judge ourselves by our intentions. Grab hold of that. When your intentions and your actions are aligned, it increases your confidence and your integrity with yourself. So my life every day is not showing up in a director's suit and teaching people how to do Mary Kay and inspiring people from the front of the room. What got me here was the mundane. It was doing the numbers, getting the booking calls. There's grunt work in every single job. It's like emptying the dishwasher when you don't want to, or wiping diapers. I almost went there. When no one is watching, when no one is applauding, when no one is in the room with you with your list of leads that you haven't called yet and your phone, when nobody is asking you how many people you called, when no one is sitting in your car cheering you on to put out your facial boxes, it's what you do. When there's a nanosecond, split second decision, will I do it or will I not? Will I choose to do it today or will I put it off and lie to myself that it's easier tomorrow? So you get to decide every single day and every single moment if you are worth it and if you're going to do it now. So I invite you to make it happen. And I am all done for tonight. So I think we can just disconnect, Diane.